are we today? It is warm, so I got the window open, the fan on, and I got my coffee because I'm tired. And it's also thematic. I have a feeling that this is going to reset a day that we may have done. Because it did it last time. Who do we have? Oh, it didn't reset. We have Amanda and Silver. Welcome you two. It's a relief to see you safe and sound. I should give him the agent key. Also very relieved, a little scary last time. We analysed the events of the evening and found them 31.245% frightening and 68.755% distasteful. Leaving in such a hurry is not an experience we care to repeat. Hopefully, this will be a quieter evening. That is our wish. Anyhow, greetings are customary in cafes, bars, and restaurants, are they not? Therefore, good evening. Even in reality, it should be good night. Very strange that good evening is a way to say hello. But good night is a way to say goodbye. Is this assuming that you never start an encounter at night? Because that would appear to be empirically wrong. For example, this is the second time we meet Earthchild, and both times have been at night. My throat's just fucking... Hold on. Our 100% sample does not bear out the aforementioned premise. Additionally, the very concepts of evening and morning seem only marginally... Amanda? What is it? I think Zen tried to interject a couple times. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. It's alright, don't have anything important to say. Truth is, I'm not sure why our greetings have a circadian rhythm. Earthlings are creatures of habit, I suppose. They get attached to certain ways of using language and often don't question the actual meaning of words. At least in this particular case, no one's getting hurt. Since I arrived here, I've observed that some thoughtless uses of language can have a much more painful effect. Indeed. We see and we agree, and we apologize for interrupting. Communicating without a hive connection is rather challenging. Besides, we have been in a somewhat heightened mental state. We have been finding Earth quite curious. Extraordinary, even. We're keen to absorb as much information as we can during our visit here. It seems to us our siblings who previously visited Earth came back with findings of a rather superficial nature. We are excited to gather the data that will advance the science of Earth studies. Our return to the hive will be triumphant. Of course, we do not do such things for the glory, but still we are looking forward to seeing our work recognized. So were you a scholar then? Yes, that is a good equivalence of what we are. We specialize in data gathering and analysis of poorly charted territories. Impressive. Most impressive. I need to turn this fan down. The DGA recipe is much less impressive than our sibling's mission. Silver is an explorer and an adventurer. He is deserving of respect, and his mission is to find a prospective partner is of the utmost importance. Still prospective? No progress on that front, I take it? Well, I wouldn't quite say that. Very intriguing. You're always so professional. Rarely ask direct questions. But I think you're a little curious about the gossip, right? What is gossip? Gossip is information about what goes on in other people's lives. Oh, we see. So it's like data on individual beings then. Sounds right, yeah. We love gossip. What is wrong with it? Nothing at all, and I would love to listen to yours. But at least let me make you a drink first. We must consider our choice of drink carefully. We suggest our sibling goes first. Are you ready to order then, Silver? I have an idea, yes. Can we expect an interesting new recipe? You're a barista yourself now, after all. Barista? How am I? Oh, you mean the cafe? Yeah, you mentioned you were opening one, didn't you? A little bit of friendly competition. I am, after a fashion, but I'm not focusing on drink menus just yet. Also intriguing. I promise I'm not just withholding information, but things are a little complicated. It is alright if we start with the drink. I'll try my best to explain everything afterwards. Sure, sounds good. Something simple. Do you remember the first drink I ordered when I came here years ago? Coffee-based drink? Mentioned it was very bitter. Bitter and tart. Bitter and tart coffee. Have I just given him an espresso? Ooh, and I need to give him that. What is? Yeah, I got it off the agent. Achievement. How's it going, nostalgia? I appreciate you like the model. He's just a little wiggly boy, little wiggly PNG. But welcome on in. Hope you're having a pleasant Tuesday morning, or evening, or afternoon, or whatever. But yeah, I got the key card ID thing off the agent last time. This is quite something. Thank you. Truly. You can't know how much it helps, but it really does. Don't mention it. I thought, maybe you'd find a way to put it to good use. I'm sure I can figure something out. Seem to have grown quite creative over the months. I guess I have somewhat. Good day, whatever the time zone. Yeah, it's just coming up on midday, so it was still, I could still say it was a morning stream. I can still say I had my coffee with Coffee Talk. Yeah, I'm glad you're having a pleasant day. I'll let you know how this plays out in the end. Thank you again. Yeah, I want to know where that storyline goes. And an espresso should be fine for him. No, fuck. Too bitter and not tart enough. Yeah. Maybe 2 coffee and a lemon was the way to go. How did you choose this specific Earthling appearance over another? Our observation is that Earthlings come in great many varieties, with a near infinity of combinations. Did you run a random generation algorithm? No, it wasn't random at all. Even if at first it wasn't a conscious process, I chose the way I look because it felt true to who I am. When I first started coming to this cafe, I had a hard time understanding this world and its rules. But there were already some things I could relate to. Some things that felt familiar. Like Hyde's eyes that always see beyond the surface, or Gala's outfit, which is a sign of kindness and trust. I borrowed those traits from them without even realizing. You took inspiration from our other patrons? Yes, our species seems to have the ability to do that. But Gala's fashion I couldn't keep after all. It came with responsibilities. They thought he was a hospital director. Yeah. People stop me all the time to ask for medical advice. Yep, that's problematic. But then I found this fictional universe where all the stories take place in the stars. So I changed my outfit to imitate theirs. So, is that meant to be like a Star Trek jumper he's wearing? Okay, neat. One morning I saw myself in the mirror and felt right. Like the way I looked matched who I was. It made me feel at peace. So although I look different now from when we first met, and although I have learned the ways of this world a bit, have grown a bit, in many ways, I still feel the same. Different, but same. Yes, different but same. It makes sense to us. It really does. Oh. Is this Laurel? Who's Laurel? Is that his prospective partner? No, this is from Pearl. Is this another prospective partner? Still no news from Midge. How many partners has this dude got on the go? We think the odds are now 84.308% that she is phantoming you. Do you mean ghost? She's ghosting him? Yes, ghosting. Gonna be RB. No worries at all. Take your time. Is okay. You wanna just chill out and lurk to the stream? That's fine. We love our lurkers. Do look after yourself. Get some water and a snack. Some coffee maybe. Or tea. We mean phantoming as in when you think you hear a sound, but your ears are merely playing a trick on you. We thought we had established a hive connection with Midge, but it was only a phantom sound after all. Anyhow, what is Pearl saying? That our calendar might clear up soon if I want to meet up. Ooh, Silver. Sounds like things are going very well indeed. I think maybe time to tell you a little bit about this. But we wish to order a drink as well. Oh, yeah, sure. What do you want? What do you want? What do you have? Machine's having issues today. We'll let you know as soon as it's working again. Curious that Earth drink-making skills are so refined, yet so unreliable. This is a land of contradictions. You could say that about anywhere. But do carry on. Right, so I've been relying on Amanda to help me with the online part of online dating. And it's been working really well. On average, there have also been some small issues. Earthlings are strange. We are strange. Online dating has a reputation for emphasizing that, yes. Some Earthlings express their interest, but when you say hello, they never answer back. While in real life, saying hello is a starter for 99.845% of conversations. It seems that online, more humorous or breeding-orientated openers are favored. However, if an opener is entirely horned, it is considered out of bounds and angrily dismissed. Horned? Yes, that is when prospective partners send you close-up pictures of their horns. Oh no. Oh no. Do people do that? Oh yes. I think it would be fine a bit after conversation. If we get in the mood and they ask me first, I'd probably say yes. Horns can be really pretty, you know? But it feels very strange when that's the first thing they do. before they even write a single word. I can imagine, yeah. And then sometimes Earthlings express interest. But after reading a joke that is statistically funny 99.908% of the time, they answer with a sad face and block communications. Funny for you 99.908% of the time. Doesn't mean it's funny for them 99.908% of the time. Fortunately, online dating is governed by the law of large numbers, which favors persistence. We are patient. Amanda has been spending a lot of time on the app, and it started to work out. I'm now having conversations with some really nice people, especially Pearl. We prefer Laurel. Her facial features are more symmetrical, but Silver seems to favor the asymmetrical Earthling. It's just, she sounds like a really good person. She's a communications director for a charity that fights homelessness. She cares about other people a lot. I don't think she's been very lucky in return, but she's very funny and curious of everything, and her smile. Please desist. We can sense your hormones boiling. And she's the person you might be getting a date with. I really hope so. Oh, is that her? Do you have a day and time for your date? Nope. This is a different topic. Please excuse me. Oh. Oh. Where'd he go? So I take it you've been enjoying your time on Earth, Miss Amanda? Or not? No, we have been enjoying it. But we also see the limits of it. How do you mean? We are a hive mind. A hive mind knows no boundaries or limitations. We share all our thoughts and desires. It is not difficult for us to connect. We are born connected, but Earthlings are guarded. They have complex emotions and they have no means of truly knowing what anyone else feels. That makes them afraid of judgment and of hurt. It must be very difficult and painful for them to connect deeply. There is so much they must let go of first. We could not live like that. You said that online networks were like a hive. Like a hive, but not a true hive. A true hive requires honesty and directness, as well as the desire to deeply understand others. I see. You don't think you could ever adapt the way Silver has? Silver is different. Even when he was a part of us, we could sense him looking outwards. That is why he has become such an amazing explorer. And that is why he made the effort to learn Earthlings' codes and behaviors. He did not just want to understand, he wanted to experience. We are not like him. We like to seek knowledge on what is different from us, but once we have that knowledge, we're satisfied. Uncovering it and bringing it back is what makes us happy. This is curious. It seems we are picking up some Earthling instinct after all. It's a good thing that our data readings here should soon be complete, and Silver's on his way to getting a date. Would appear so. Amanda, we have to go. Again? That call was bad news. The agent. Too late. Just hide behind the counter quick. Oh, fuck. He's back. Evening, Mr. Agent. Apologize, but our machine is having issues. Cannot serve drinks at the moment. You know very well I'm not here for drinks. I'd rather not involve any more civilians in this, though. Oh, do you mean me? Sorry, but can't whatever this is wait for another night. I haven't finished my drink yet, and it looks like it rain outside again. Well, here's something that can't wait for starters. Barista, did you happen to find an ID card lying around? An ID card? No? Not that I can recall, no. Certainly hope you're telling the truth. Mr. Agent, you always seem to doubt me. But you've been here several times already. Surely you should see by now that I'm not lying. Well, you're awfully good at avoiding straight answers and... losing an ID card sounds very troublesome. Back when I worked at a delivery center, they would make us pay a lot to replace lost ID cards. That's not even the start of it. My job is a lot less forgiving than a delivery center. Very sorry to hear that. What is your job exactly? We uncover illegal aliens and extradite them. Did I get something new on someone? On Silver. Except there's nothing new there. Which is why I've been coming here in the first place. We keep getting tips that there have been alien sightings around this cafe. Speaking of which, have you noticed anything out of the ordinary, young man? Oh, he doesn't even know. Can't say I have. I don't come here all that often, but it's always seemed very above board to me. Are you sure the tips aren't a prank? It seems that some young people enjoy those as a pastime. There are very popular videos of them online. That, maybe it is, but I still have to investigate properly. Otherwise my superiors will have my head on a platter. But you can't waste your time on a cold trail either. Surely your superiors will see that you've done your best. I doubt that. They're a bit obsessed with the alien situation. Obsessed? Is it really that big of an issue? Well, having such unusual elements around disturbs the public peace. Your average Joe has no clue what to make of them, you know. Makes people feel unsettled. I see. Although the visible aliens aren't too bad from where I'm standing. At least we can identify and extract them. Aliens who try to pass for Earthlings are a bigger problem. This is getting awkward. Why so? For one, it just muddles things no matter how much they try to look like Earthlings. They were born aliens, and aliens they remain. But now they're aliens who don't look like aliens. What does that mean, you know? And where does it stop? What if some Earthlings decided they wanted to look like aliens? That would be a huge mess. Weird. Anyway, the top brass insists that we go after them, and in the end that makes my job a lot harder. All that time spent detecting them. Give me a good spacesuit wearing alien any day, you know. But don't worry about a thing. We at FIRE always have a way to keep the public safe. I see. So how do you go about detecting them exactly? That one's easy. Once I have my suspicions, I check their ID. That makes it all clear, right? Right. I do wonder though, what is it? And I'm sorry if I'm being too curious. I have a habit of putting my foot in my mouth. No, you're good. No harm in asking. In that case, what is it that makes aliens so very different? There are all sorts of people living here. They all have different personalities, different looks. And for me, when I walk through the streets of Seattle, and I see that no two people are alike, I'll admit that makes me very happy. So if someone comes from further away, but they feel an Earthling at heart, would they really be more different from the people who live in this city than the people in this city are different from each other? Or would they just be another version of an Earthling? Perhaps no less beautiful. You know what? At the end of the day, I don't know, nor do I care all that much. Just trying to get the job done. This man's in it for the paycheck, and that's it. But you sure have opinions, don't you? You wouldn't happen to be friends with aliens yourself, would you? No, surely that is. You do know that harboring illegal aliens is a crime? What was that? That was just the machine. It's up and running now if you wanna order. Yeah. Getting more suspicious by the minute. Stand aside, I'm gonna conduct a search. Who's this? If I'm not mistaken, this is a local cat. It's come over once before. Looks like it might be hiding from another stray. This is very cute. It's also irrelevant to the current. Drat. I have an emergency elsewhere. But if either of you think you're off the hook, you're sorely mistaken. You'll be hearing from me soon. Meow. Fucking saved by the kitty cat. Silver, you're trembling. That's alright. You can come out now, I think, Amanda. Well, we found this experience 100% distasteful. Actually, it was 40.235% distasteful, 20.834% scary, and 38.931% exciting. Ha! I apologize. This is just... Yeah, we're really sorry for this. It's not your fault. But should you be sticking around here? That agent might come back. No. I lured him away, at least for now. You did? Although it's a good thing that little cat came in when it did. Bought us some precious minutes. What sort of earthling are you? Meow. We see. Do you speak cat? We can feel this earthling's intent better than usual. It is expressing it clearly. It wishes to rest and be left alone. I feel all out of sorts. Is the machine really working again? It is indeed, yeah. Then make us a drink, and one for Silver as well. The same one should be fine for both. Just make it hot and comforting, and would you like sibling? I think I need sweetness. Hot and sweet. We'll go chocolate, cinnamon, and honey. That should be hot and sweet. Cinnamon, honey, chocolate. Sweet drinks for the two of you. This isn't bad. Although, probably could have been sweeter. Sensation of this is not vastly different from what you served as the other. Did I just give her the same drink? I'm impressed though, Silver. You've become quite savvy at navigating these situations. Even if I'm sure you'd rather avoid them altogether. I would definitely prefer to avoid them. But I need to get used to them anyway. It does sound like he got suspicious today. Oh, that's far from the worst of it. What do you mean? You know the cafe I said I'm opening? Well, it's not exactly like this cafe. In fact, it's not exactly a cafe at all. For the past few months, it's been the basis of operations for Civ. Civ. Society for Aliens and Various Extraterrestrials. Oh. Nice. Sounds very reckless, I know. No, I think it sounds admirable. I think I underestimated you. I know, but you see why I've had to become savvy, as you said? I have a lot of people depending on me now. Those who are just arriving to Earth and are confused and scared. Those who have adopted Earthling appearances and are trying to blend in. Those who are learning how to understand life here and how to understand themselves. For all of them, it's an existential matter. Not everyone is meant to be a hive mind. I know I wasn't. No offense, Amanda. We are not offended. We have always known you were different from us. It is all the same to us. You are our sibling whether you live as a hive or as an Earthling. I really do love you. What is love? That is not a conversation I think I can have right now. I'll explain it to you tomorrow, after we both have a rest. We will remind you of it. Oh, I know you will. I think I'm getting a little tired now. Sorry if we go back. Absolutely, our energy is also 98.42% depleted. Is there anything we can do to help? I don't think so. Thank you for offering, really. But you have a different part to play in all this, and you've been playing it very well. You're very kind. Well, in that case, have a good night, the two of you. And please come again soon. You'll always be welcome here. Us and many others. We know, and we're grateful. Good night. I'd say good night to the cat, but I don't think it needs my wishes. Good night. See, now we can use good night. We find it rather odd that maybe we should continue this chat while we walk. Alright. What a night. It's been a great deal more animated than we bargained for. And I suppose we have a new four-legged friend now. Wonder what you're doing here, little one. Don't you have a home? Oh, didn't mean to wake you up. Meow. Meow. Oh, well, guess it's time for you to let me close the shop. But Silver, it's an honor to be related to someone like you. Cut-off time, no night shift, so we'll probably see Riona. Don't think we'll see Lucas. Oh, and Amanda. Somehow I feel like it's gonna be a long, long night. Or not. Oh, it's Gala. Evening, Gala. How are you? Not too shabby, I hope. Man, these storms. Everything is just fine. You sure? Positive. But you, sir, how's work? My shift is over, so I'm free now. Nice. Reminds me, Hyde was here the other day. Oh, that's right. Did he tell you the reason for his visit? Yeah, he's moving back here, right? Or at least that's the plan. Yeah, what a nice surprise. Told me he's got a few things to discuss on that. Well, it's part of why I'm here tonight. Aside from getting myself a hot drink, that is. On that note, what do you want? What can I get you? Henry told me about this Indonesian ginger drink. Milk, honey, and a couple of other stuff. STMJ. STMJ. Milk, honey, ginger? It's not it. Milk, ginger, honey? That's it. You gotta get it in the right order. One nutritious drink from the archipelago coming up. So what's in it again? A hot blend of egg, milk, ginger, and honey. The drink's name itself is the ingredients: susu, telur, madu, jahe, milk, egg, honey, and ginger. No wonder it somewhat reminds me of eggnog, albeit spicier and not as rich. But I can see why Henry likes it. It's a great stamina drink. Probably needs it to keep up with Rachel's work. Probably right. As long as he remembers to take breaks. Maybe I should invite him for a drink here sometime. What do you think? Oh, that would be lovely. Then consider it done. You know what? I don't think Hyde will show up tonight. And then why is that? When I called him earlier to confirm, he sounded a little annoyed. And that's not exactly great outside either. And here I thought he liked this kind of weather. Him, yes. His car, not so much. That thing wouldn't survive this kind of storm. Now that you mention it, you may be right. I used to drive him in that car back in the day. Did he ever tell you how old it is? Gave me the whole backstory of it. Oh. Guess I'm just surprised he still uses it at all. The car clearly holds a special meaning to him. He was also quite sentimental about it. Which makes me wonder if it has anything to do with him moving back here. What do you mean? He lived here before, right? Yeah. And he kept bringing up the past, too. You're saying his move is motivated by nostalgia? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was going to say homesickness, but I realize that makes no sense. I get what you're trying to say, though. It's a strange longing for times gone by. Considering how fast things are changing these days. Maybe even too fast. Which is ironic, really. What is? Live long enough, you'll realize the only constant in life is change itself. Things like shifting necessities, curveballs the world throws at you, decay. Just stuff we have to deal with indefinitely. Considering our lifespans, you'd think we get used to it at some point. But we never do. Never completely, anyway. Suppose the idea of getting used to change is a paradox in and of itself. Sounds about right. Perhaps nostalgia is like an anchor for dinosaurs like us. Keeps us from losing ourselves to the world's relentless speed. You get used to these after a while, huh? Pretty much. A new sheet appear. Hey there, we meet again. Yes. Hello. Excuse me for a moment. Welcome, Miss Rihanna. Good evening. Meeting up with someone. Okay then. How's your car, by the way? My car? Oh, you mean the tire. There's really no need for concern, as it was an easy fix. But, thank you for asking. Which episode are we? This is episode 2. Also, welcome back, Nostalgia. This is episode 2, day... not sure which day. It said the 26th of September, but I don't know what numbered day that is in-game. My pleasure. May I order a cup of Russian tea? Russian tea. Russian tea, okay. What makes it Russian? I'll go with ginger and milk. The vodka, of course. If only. I'll try this. No, that's ginger milk tea. Is it green tea or tea? What if it's tea and no milk and 2 of these? Let's try... don't have it. I don't think it's coffee. It's specifically tea. I'm gonna go with... mint... no. Both lemon... and... cinnamon? To get a little bit of sweetness. This would give it more sweetness, but... I don't know if it is meant to be sweet. Googling it real quick. I don't, milk, maybe? With tea? Not all tea has milk. 2 lemon? That would just make lemon tea. Mint makes it too cool. Oh, what I do? What if I do 2 tea and a lemon? This is probably just going to be lemon tea. Or did I hit coffee instead? No, lemon tea. That's not it. Tea. Lemon. Cinnamon. We got it. That looks so weird, but we got it. Russian tea for the lady Russian to deliver. It doesn't... I don't know if I would drink that. Perfect, by the way, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if I would drink that. So who are you meeting with, if I may ask? You should know, shouldn't you? After all, you were tasked to give me his contact info. Oh, I forgot about that. That's right, I didn't give her the dude's... Yeah, it's Lucas, and I didn't give her the dude. I didn't give her Lucas's details because I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, sorry I failed to give you his contact info. That's fine. He sent me a message last night through my private social media, which both surprised and confused me. I mean, how did he find my account? I heard you can just find about anything online nowadays, if you know your way around, and he clearly does. So it's probably an internet thing. Sounds a bit worrisome. What about people's privacy? Yeah, that's a valid concern. It's a very valid concern. All we can do now is consider carefully what we put out there, I suppose. Right. Then I wonder, what does he want from me? Yeah, so Hyde's not coming tonight. Probably for the best, given the circumstances. Is he okay? Yeah, he just wants to take it easy tonight. Also valid. Lucas is wholesome. Leave his contact. He searched for hers. Yeah, how did he find hers? I mean, it's, again, just start searching online. Everyone's got a digital footprint. Understandable. My apologies for these surges. Was hoping it'd become more stable as the days go by, but no need to apologize for something out of your control. Yeah, I tried everything you could. I know. I appreciate your understanding. How are you doing, miss? Hey there. Did you manage to resolve your issues with children? Devs know you'll forget to leave his contact, so they have a backup. Yeah. I mean, the hospital administration problem from the other day. Oh, that! For a minute there, I thought I had beef with kids I was unaware of. Sorry for the misunderstanding. No worries, that was funny. It's only been a few days, so not much has changed. How about you? Feeling better? Ah, yeah, well. Apologize for the way I acted a few days ago. We all have our bad days, don't worry about it. Thank you. While we're on the topic, I told Officer Georgie about what happened to your car the other day. Would you mind pointing out where you believe the incident took place? Sure. It was quite near the police station, actually, at a metered spot just outside the now defunct library. The vacant building at the Bourne intersection? That's correct, yes. See, so it was originally a library. You know the area? I know the property, yeah. It's been abandoned for a long time now. But it's a heritage building, so I often wonder why nothing's been done with it. Since it's located in a very populated, culture-centric neighborhood. That's true. There's even an art college nearby. Right? Then again, I've always found the street a bit odd. Odd? Hi. It's just barren. Especially if you consider the area. And the weird thing is, I feel like it wasn't always that way. Feel? Don't you mean remember? Nope. Exactly what I said. It's a feeling, not a clear memory. Strange, isn't it? That is odd. Well, there used to be a flea market there a long time ago. Perhaps that is what you were recalling. Flea market, huh? Last time I drove there, I remember seeing nothing but concrete. Oh, wait. There was a single dead tree surrounded by strange trinkets. A dead tree? No idea why, I almost forgot about it. It stuck out like a sore thumb. About 8 feet tall, no leaves. It's been there forever too, as far as I know. That hawthorn tree was something of a landmark for us drivers. And the trinkets you spoke of were actually remembrances of sorts. Remembrances? Hold on, I'm just going to recap a bit here, okay? Sure. Your car was vandalized near a metered parking spot in front of an abandoned library on a seemingly deserted street within a busy area that has a large dead tree surrounded by remembrances for some reason. Sounds about right. Except the tree is no longer there. Oh. Are you serious, pups? Why wouldn't I be? That is crazy. Okay, we got a full house tonight. Evening, gentlemen. Hey, everyone. Oh boy. I thought I'd be early, but you're already here, lady. Hello. For the love of all things holy, tell me my lighter is here. Shreddy's forgot it twice now. You're unlocked because it is. Hot damn, thank goodness. Would you like me to get it for you now? No, it's fine. I'm just glad to know it's here. Just bring it with my drink later. Let me know when you're ready to order. Cheers. Well. What's up, y'all? What's new? Evening, officer. We were just talking about the spot where Miss Rihanna's car had been vandalized. Oh. They got your car too? Yeah, but it's not a big issue. Still sorry you had to experience that. Where did you park your car, miss? I can send you the coordinates if you like. That'd be real swell. Got it. Okay. Oh. Is it within the area you expected, or...? Pretty much. Same location where I parked mine a week ago. I see. You can rest assured we already increased patrols in that area. That's great. But I am the only one doing it at the moment. That sucks. What's that? Am I hearing you, of all people, doubting my skill? No, not what I meant. Not what I meant. Just thought it means an unfortunate increase to your workload. Ah well, them's the bricks, suppose. Anyway, give me your strongest espresso. Don't forget my letter. Oh, there it is. Thanks. Probably think I'm being silly, but what can I say? It is my lucky charm. Yeah. Borderline superstitious, I know. Don't you have anything of the sort? Well, I have a good reason to be superstitious. Whenever I don't have this with me, things happen. Right. Alright. The strongest espresso on the house. Perfect, as always. You ready to order too? Might as well. Like something desserty? Because it's your cheat day? Any specifics? Video of a Spanish hot cocoa. It was so thick, it was chocolate sauce. The name reminded me of a song. For some reason I can't remember the title. Thick cocoa, milk, and a little hot spice. So hot chocolate with milk and a hot spice. It's either cinnamon or ginger. Ginger is warmer, but the cinnamon is sweeter, which would fall in line more with the dessert. I'll go cinnamon. Spiced lady. I don't think that's it. Or is it? Uh-huh. I don't think this is... Damn it! It's neither luscious nor thick enough. Oh my god. I knew it wasn't the right one, but I was like, man, just give him it and see. It's a British chocolate drink, popular in the 90s. See, I knew it wasn't... He said Spanish, and there's a fucking Union flag in it, so I knew it wasn't it. But I still give it to him anyway. God damn. Alright. thank you. So, Pops, just earlier you were telling me about your creepy patrolling experience, right? Was it in the same location where the lady's car was? Creepy patrolling experience? Well, I don't know if I should even talk about it. Maybe it's just a tad too spooky. Even for me. What happened? Tell him, Pops. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. Then all the more reason to talk about it, right? Maybe someone here will know something. You've got a point there. Y'all were talking about that area anyway, right? Yep. Well, I've been patrolling there the past few nights. The street itself is fairly straightforward. It's about half a mile round trip from the intersection and back. There's nothing much there either. A concrete sidewalk with metered parking spots. A fence here and there. And an unfinished construction site with a couple of CCTVs dotted around. No tree? What tree? There used to be a dead tree in front of the old library. Huh? Oh, that old dead tree. It was uprooted by the city back in January. The commercial community decided it wasn't really a good look. So when the city started a massive cleanup project last year, well, they simply voted to get rid of it. I see. Why, what's up? We were actually talking about it earlier, and being a decades old landmark aside, could there be something more to the tree than just being old? You think so? That's what I think after listening to Miss Rena. Are you expecting something from me? Oh, no. Sorry if I crossed the line. You just seem to know a lot about it, and I don't want to mix up the facts. I understand. But I would like to hear the officer's spooky tale first, if you don't mind. Gladly, miss. Almost forgot about me there, huh? So anyway, patrolling on that street is an easy task. Only 4 or 5 cars would park there overnight at most, which makes keeping track a breeze. Sounds ideal enough. As expected though, nothing happened the first 2 nights. But yesterday was a different story. Hold on. What a stage setup. There you go. Lights are fixed. We're all good. Sorry about that. Please, continue. Alrighty. Well, it was nearing the end of my shift, and I found nothing was amiss. There were only 4 cars parked that night. 2 spaced across the street and 2 on the opposite corner, side by side. My plan was to leave after I walk one last round to make sure everything was okay. And a reminder, you can cover the whole place in only 8 minutes. Okay. Then at the end of my walk, I took a drag on my cigarette. Smug as I was about to clock out, thinking 'twas another night job well done. Right. Wrong. I was immediately faced with the impossible. 3 cars, 2 side by side, 1 across the street. All tires flattened. That's 12 vandalized tires for you, in the span of less than 10 minutes. That is so strange. It would take several minutes to flatten just 1 tire, and that's if you're using the right tools. Right? But that wasn't all. Oh no, it wasn't. Because that was the moment when the streetlights went out, suddenly and all at once. What? Right after that, I heard flurries of footsteps and laughter. They were going further and further away from the scene, and yet saw nothing at all. Oh, are you sure? Did the CCTV catch anything? The infrareds actually managed to catch something, but the videos weren't clear at all, so I'm still investigating it. Jeez Louise, Pops. It's way spookier than what you told me in the car. But it's cool though. I may be laughing now, but I almost pissed my pants there, you see. Well, whoever they were, they sure worked fast. Right? Anyway, I think I want another drink. All that talking is making my throat dry and coffee just ain't cutting it. What do you want? What do you suggest? How about some tea with ginger and honey? You can use the red flower stuff you have as a base. The hibiscus. Hibiscus, ginger, and honey. Thé Jahe Rosella. One piping hot Thé Jahe Rosella for you. Well, what does that mean? Jahe means ginger, Thé means tea, and Rosella is Roselle, another name for hibiscus. I see, a legit herbal drink. Spicy, but perfect for the weather. Good call. Happy to please. If that's the case, let me join your patrol, Pops. Because I'm not scared of ghosts. Real beings scare me more. Wait a sec, kid. What do you mean by ghosts? Jumping the gun there a little, ain't you? I don't know. Maybe it's even something crazier than that. This is a really serious problem, kid. Don't joke around like that. Sorry. Interesting. You know something? No, not me. But she might. Right, the tree, wasn't it? Oh yeah. What about it, miss? It's your turn to finish your thought. I'm not sure if this can be any use at all, but... Officer, are you aware of the story behind that tree? Hmm? I recall what you said earlier. People often leave remembrances around it. What do you mean by that, miss? Well, it's because someone passed away there. Allow me to explain. I mentioned there was once a flea market on that street, correct? Right. They called it the Furry Market. It was unofficially set up by the transients of the community. Transients being the government's term for unregistered citizens, including all the other uncategorizable beings at the time. Furries were part of that. I remember learning about it. After the war, the government made its first official attempt to sort things out. Organized and equitable classifications was thought as one of the first steps towards civil peace, but it was oversimplified, inefficient, not speedy enough. Was that all before the Vindication Act? Way before that. Many who couldn't register were basically in administrative limbo. What? That's as good as, like, not existing at all. That's horrible. It was the main reason why the furry market was created in the first place, to ensure transients' survival throughout the changing times. In more ways than one. The market had no real schedule, therefore, the start of Furry Week would be marked by flowers strewn along the intersection, just so people would notice and come take a look. That sounds too low-key, no? Because it was illegal, silly. Oh, and that was exactly the problem. The market ran day and night, its format unchanging. At the same time, the economy was slowly reshaping the landscape. People started to spend more, becoming reckless, while the laws were still shaky at best. Then a tragic incident occurred one night. A drunk driver was speeding and went off course, striking a vendor there. And the only evidence left of the crime was that tree, standing where there was no tree before. Wait a second, what? Why did I never hear about it? how long ago was this? The incident occurred around 1959, but the market itself was forcibly disbanded in 1961. Happened before I was born. Now, I remember everything now. It was actually quite an infamous case, wasn't it? But due to the nature of the beings involved, most people couldn't help but, well, forget. We're talking about the late 50s, early 60s here. Post-war media was still quite scarce, and I remember the drunk driver was also the son of a very wealthy individual. Oh, correct. That wasn't exactly the part that made the case so famous. It was due to the fact that no body was ever found at the crash site, as well as the vendor being a transient with no legal ID or paper trail. As a result, the court had no choice but to dismiss the case. But there was a body, wasn't it? Not just the one people might expect. You mean the tree? Right. When semi-spiritual beings like us pass on from the physical world, some may leave specific landmarkers behind. Not all can do that, though. Us banshees don't do that. You don't? No, we simply disappear. So if I'm getting this right, the tree could be used as evidence because it was classified as remains, yet the witnesses were in the same boat, no paper trail, so the driver's lawyer took advantage of those loopholes, and that's messed up. Beyond messed up. I'm boiling. I'll take a further look into this more, miss, but I have a question for you. You think the vandalism has anything to do with the tree removal? I don't know. Suppose it might depend on when the acts of vandalism began. That makes sense. Well, I better get going, man. It's almost time for my shift. Alright, officer. Break a leg, pops. I'd rather not. Stay safe. Will do. I'll keep you all posted. Better go as well. Got an early shift tomorrow. There's one thing I want to confirm though, if you don't mind, miss. Yes? It's about the fairies passing and how everyone ends up forgetting about them afterwards. I really thought it was just a myth. I guess not. Unfortunately. That is why there used to be memorabilia around that tree. They were efforts by those who remembered to preserve the memory. But it wasn't enough, was it? Else we'd still have the tree. Really makes me question my memory. Are there any people I might have forgotten? Were there events I missed? It is quite scary to think about. For beings like us, being forgotten is inevitable. So, no need to feel bad about it. Is that so? I didn't catch your name, by the way. I'm Gala. Oh, I'm Lucas. Nice to meet you, sir. Well then, nice meeting you. Good luck with your future auditions, miss. Thank you. See you around. Goodbye. Take care. You okay? It's getting real late. Still want to talk, but if you're tired, let me know. Have you eaten? Do you want something to eat? We don't sell food here. You don't? No wonder your place is always empty. Well, don't hit me, please. I'm just kidding. What about another drink? I wouldn't mind one. Okay, what do you feel like having? Something without milk, with a fresh feeling and brightness. Saw this drink in a video and it looked perfect for Our Lady. Blue pea, mint, and lemon. The Galaxy Mint Tea. Oh, that looks nice. It looks so pretty. You learned her birthday from the man sitting right beside you. It looks nice. Very pretty. I like it. Thank you. I'm glad you do. It looks exactly what I envisioned. You're a G. I'm happy you both enjoyed it. But man, that whole case earlier though, it was a lot to take in. Also about the whole forgetting thing, that really gave me the chills. Why? Don't you feel scared of just disappearing in the end? 'Cause I do. That's why I thought I finally understood you too. I mean, the reason you wanted to become a soprano your way. The traditional way. Oh. Care to compare notes? Because I've yet to be entirely certain about that myself. Oh, nah, that's what you call huge pressure. Before that though, can I ask a little teeny tiny question? Go ahead. What inspired you to go down this path? I mean, I have an idea on why you're choosing the hard way, but why a soprano in the first place? Because it's been done before. Pardon? There was already a banshee who did it before, so I know it's not impossible. Oh, for real? Her part was that of a sorbet aria, and she was not very well known. Okay, what's a sorbet aria? Oh, I mean she was a secondary character. Back in the 19th century opera, sorbet arias would be sung towards the end of the second act, usually before the evening ended. Hawkers would use the time to offer their wares for the last time to the patrons, often desserts. Hence, sorbet aria. Oh, I see. Like background singing at the end of the show or something? Yeah. Things are different nowadays because people are expected to listen to the end. First time I heard her voice was on an old recording of a comedy opera. I was still very young back then. She was playing a confused maid role at the very end of the opera, wondering why and how people could act so crazy when in love. But despite her confusion, she thought she wasn't so old that she couldn't find out the reason herself. It was a funny epilogue to the opera, but hearing a banshee sing such a playful and light-hearted piece was truly an eye-opener for me. Oh man, I bet it was. Sadly, I couldn't find any of her other works, but it always stuck with me nonetheless. So I left my commune and started trying on my own. That's really cool. Brave of you to do so. I agree. I've never talked about this before. It's a bit embarrassing. Nah, don't be embarrassed. I think it's super cool. You're just feeling inspired to push yourself beyond what's expected of you and wishing to leave a mark in this world. Is that what you think? You're just trying to follow a path that has been traveled before, and that's not always a bad thing, especially for beings like us. Just being careful, yet courageous. Right, because the path you're choosing to walk on is still difficult. Regarding leaving your mark, I don't know. I just feel maybe you're the same as me. Like, what's the point of being born if nobody is going to remember us? Right? No comment, I'm not getting involved. Oh. Why do you want to be remembered so much? Why wouldn't you? Us banshees see the end differently than most. So, care to enlighten me? I can't speak for anyone else, but in my case, I was a kid who grew up in a large family, you see. Like, humongously large. Literally couldn't count all my siblings even if I wanted to, because they're everywhere, thanks to my dad. We weren't wealthy though, not even close. The money situation was always suffocating us for real, but sometimes Dad would drop by to give us some money, though it wasn't even enough to cover utilities for more than a couple months. Then he'd just leave again a couple days later. You the eldest? Nope. But my older bros had already moved out by the time I hit high school. So I was so surprised my dad gave me the house after he died. Oh. Which is where my mom and siblings live now. Sorry to hear about your dad. No, it's fine. Anyway, so my older brothers came back, right? They wanted me to sell the house and divide the earnings. Wanted a slice of the inheritance pie. You didn't do that, right? Heck no. That's why I left for LA. So if they really want to sell the house, they have to chase after me. Good call. Thankfully, my younger siblings and I are pretty tight. We're a good team. That's a relief. That was also why I needed money fast. I needed to send money to help with my family's bills, and of course, so I could stay alive as well. That's why I ended up having to join the production house. The production house? Yeah, it was like a bunch of content creators getting together to make videos every day. I was young and naive too, you know, because it was my first time venturing to another state completely alone after all. So I didn't know better. This evening is going to be an entertaining story. If you're uncomfortable, you don't have to talk about it. No, it's not that. I just really didn't like that production house. But I needed the money. Someone there saw my vlogs and invited me in. And I was one of the youngest there. I tried to get along with everyone. But you see, we're all creators in an entertainment industry, right? Which means we all had huge egos. So naturally, there was somewhat of a hierarchy of sorts. Trying to be all-round helpful turned me into the butt of the joke all the time. Didn't discourage me all that much, by the way. I mean, I also learned a lot there, not gonna lie. Still. Well, long story short, being tokenized sucked. The end. No disagreement there. Sorry, I swear that wasn't what I wanted to talk to you about. It's fine. I actually learned a lot this evening. I just don't want to take up any more of your time. So can I just ask you a direct question? Sure. Great. Would you be interested in guest starring on my new show? Realized I was being dumb the first day we met. Kind of forced my thoughts on you and was just being a general smartass. I undermined your straightforward efforts because I was jealous of your solid resolve. Since everything I did was anything but, you succeeded eventually, didn't you? And you worked hard for it. Yet I almost ended up losing sight of why I'd been doing this in the first place. I went with the flow, made excuses a lot, all to justify the gain, but to what end? That's why I've been trying to put together a talent showcase for those who need extra exposure. It's going to be a small production thing. It'll be paid, swear. And not with exposure either. Though it won't be much at first, because I don't have that much money ready to use at the moment, so... Wait, this is a bit sudden, don't you think? No pressure, though. How does the show work? Well, I'm not 100% sure of the shape of it yet, but ideally, I'd like to have an interview at first, then I'll record your singing, I'll bring all the gear, I'll also be doing all the editing and stuff. It's gonna take a bit of time since I still have my main show to do, but I did start my vlogging journey on my own too, so I can bet the result will still be quality. Your show will tank if I'm the first guest, you realize that, right? If it does, then it doesn't deserve to exist. I don't care about haters, but you do. That's why I won't push you. I'm flattered. But no thank you. Yeah, he's very thoughtful. He is very thoughtful. Thanks for considering me, though. Thanks for giving it a thought. Looks like I have to go. It's nothing to do with what you said, okay? Just really bad timing. Yeah, I get it. Cool. Hope we can meet again like this. If you want to. Maybe. I'll take it. Thanks for your time, too. Sorry if I bored you. No, truly, it was my pleasure. Okay, I really have to go. See you around. Safe trip. Come again soon. I think tonight was the most I've talked in the past 2 years. And I'm quite glad to hear that. Thank you. For what? For being such a good host. I know I'm not the easiest being to get along with. It's always a pleasure to have you and everyone around. Then I'll be taking my leave. I feel like I have a lot to do. Rethink. But I'll see you again soon. And we'll be waiting. Always. Safe trip. And have a good night. Oh, hold up. Is that a reminder I shouldn't leave a comment? Oh, no, you can comment. You can comment and chat as much as you want. The no backseating thing is specifically like if I'm playing... Doesn't really impact this game much, but it's like if I'm playing a shooter or a puzzle game or a horror game and someone's typing, go here, do this. It's just if someone's, trying to tell me how to play the game. It's a little... It's not recommended. But you can comment all you want. You can comment and chat away, just none of if I'm playing something, it's like, oh, you should take this route or use this weapon or talk to this person. It's like, oh, how about you stop backseating and I play how I'm gonna play. What is these? Oh, you redeemed the first. Congratulations, you're first. You're welcome. Yeah, that's all that is. You're first. I think we'll go for one more day because I'm not used to talking at length or as much as I have been at length. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. My throat's getting a little strained, so I think we'll go for another day. See if we can get close to the 2-hour mark. But yeah, also the hourly reminder, you're loved. Probably stand up, stretch, get some water, you deserve it. Use the bathroom, get a snack, etc, etc. I'm just gonna take a drink of water myself. Okay, Evening Whispers. Lunar Cell Panel prototype ready for first test. Newcomer progressive Elven metal band Avathor tops US music chart. World Golem Culture Center grand opening to be held in Bhutan. Dinner with his team. His team looks fun. I like the little cheese doodle guy with the glasses, the pompadour. Easy day, self-care is important. Don't forget to take a good rest once in a while too, everyone. Yeah. She be preaching. You know what I'll be getting next? What will you be getting next? I thought there was more stuff in the drawer yesterday. Am I misremembering things? Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather's keeping quiet. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. It's Gala and Hyde. Evening, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Gala. Nice to see you too. How did it go at the hospital today? Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted. Goodness, you having issues with the children again? No, that's not it, it's just... Well, for starters, my Fury's giving me a hard time. Your Fury? Is it the full moon already? Nope, but sometimes I get pre-Fury symptoms. Pre-Fury symptoms? Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moons, our bodies start to prepare for Fury. And that changes the way they react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask. But it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches and a lot of other stuff. Small but annoying. That doesn't sound pleasant. No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well. Is there a drink that you think could help with that? I never find one, but if anyone can come up with it, it's you. Since Galahad can soothe your Fury, maybe it could work pre-Fury as well? Maybe, but I think it needed to be more relaxing. Like a Galahad, but with no caffeine, and maybe blue? Right. How do we make a Galahad? Tea, milk, and ginger. So in place of the tea, we use blue pea, milk, ginger. Tea, milk, and mint. That sounds pretty nice, but I think we found it with the Gala tea. He said to use blue, so it had to be blue. What do we learn now? His self-summary. He's just a veteran working at the hospital. And there's his Gala tea. Silky but spicy beverage that soothes furious emotions and brings dormant joys back to life. Same recipe. Yeah, it's in place of regular tea. You use the blue pea. Because he says he wanted it to be the same, but a little blue. So you just swap the teas out. Oh. Thank you for the head pats. Very much appreciated. Do you come up with these names on the spot? No, it takes a bit of soul searching. To tailor it to the situation and so on. That almost makes it sound like you know in advance what we're going to order. Call it a sixth sense. Alright, let's see how your sixth sense tastes. Wow, this is excellent. Exactly what I needed. I'm very happy to hear that. What about you, Had? You want a drink? You just want to sit there and brood? What's with the long looks? Something happened? Actually, guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help. My help? Come on, I wasn't that bad. No, I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job. But most importantly, it's not good for you. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried. There's nothing to worry about. You say that, but then you spend entire nights looking miserable. No advice I come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as it is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit. Take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all? Oh, you bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one lying on the sofa staring at the ceiling. Looking so gloomy it sucked the colour out of the room. And it's not the first time either. It's a constant these days. Father and son, the head down would be set. No! No, they're not. I think Gala used to be a bodyguard slash chauffeur for Hyde, and they may or may not be romantically entwined. I don't know. Please help me help him. I'm at my wit's end. With Gala being a werewolf and Hyde being a vampire supermodel dude. Fine. Truth is, I'm bored to death. Or I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old, and I've never been this bored in my entire life. Interesting. You usually make it sound like you're much older. Yeah, I thought he was way older than 40. 40 years old in vampire years. I'm not saying how old that is in other species years. Okay, so he is way older than 40. Eyes on the prize. Intervention first, gossip later. Apologies. So why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? My job. What was that? My job. No need to shout. Well, I'm also irritated about it. I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs. But modeling stopped being fun ages ago. You did mention something like that last time. You are trying to leave modeling behind then. Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? It's all just so brief. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while, so they had to be elegant, well-made and versatile. Some campaigns that I had featured and stayed on billboards for months, and I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. But then social media came, and it all became disposable. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts it online, and it gets attention for what, 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in and everything's forgotten. Blink and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there. Isn't that changing these days though, with slow fashion and the like? It's true, people are getting into vintage clothes too. I salute that. But the reality of my job remains the same. But what about your fans? You've so many people following you. You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond. So, are you saying you'd like to leave more of a mark? Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered, that became a part of their lives in a real way. You do know that you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you. That's not the same thing. Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something. That would make a real difference. No, thank you. My job still needs to be fun. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself for 14-hour shifts? Did you mistake me for a hard-working vampire? Do you see what I'm dealing with? Does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull over it with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, that sounds good. Why don't you give hibiscus another shot? I'll give you a hint. Make it very, very spicy. Okay, hibiscus is the base, and he wants it very spicy. I'm thinking we double down on the cinnamon. I don't know. It doesn't... I don't know. I'll give it to him anyway. Looks like you lose, Gala. The first time for everything. What do you mean? Never mind. I don't particularly like this, by the way. Why'd you ask for it? almost there. Busy night. These two are having a full-on domestic. Busy and lively, just the way we like it. That's good. Really glad you're here, Hyde. I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while, but we ended up fighting with the Baileys instead. You must be getting bored of our arguments. It's alright. They're kind of fun to watch. How are things with you two, by the way? Just let me order before I answer. That's alright. Yeah, what do you want? What can I get you? Whole day talking in meetings and presentations. I have a bit of a sore throat. Anything you'd recommend for that? Something with lemon and honey. Tea, lemon, honey. That's my go-to for a sore throat anyway. Midsummer Night's Dream. Didn't know that's what it was called. Here you go. Some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost. Truly lovely. Just what I needed. Great to hear. My company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with everyone. Making sure it's all going according to plan. Well, I think after stream I'm going to go get some honey tea. Sounds pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision making. And part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it. So it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you've probably gathered that Faye and I have been fighting. Yeah, Hyde told me a little bit about it too. Right, well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days. And honestly, it's done me a lot of good. Thing is, I know he means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'd like, and I should like them. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me, but I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed, which makes me even more annoyed. That's not great, I know. It'd be easier if we always acted rationally. If we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. Things aren't that simple, are they? That's true. Although I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help. That's the problem. I'm not sure. First, I thought I was tired or worried. The decision making at my job has taken a toll, for sure. It's a bit hard for me to deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate. I don't want being to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that though. But I'm realizing that might not even be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it feels wrong to me. I don't mean the wedding itself, I want to get married. But the way we're planning it, I don't know. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. They're always these big parties, very put together, very classy. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and hire live bands and wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. I used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it all just feels more and more off to me. Why don't you tell your fiance that? What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget? That's up to how you communicate, isn't it? He's not going to know if you don't tell him. Right, but still a difficult topic. We've been through so much, you all know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership. He wants to honor that, He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him. I swear, you and your elf are well matched. You're always worrying so much about what others think, instead of working out your own wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right? I mean, generally yes, I get that, but how does it apply here? What do you think it means to honor your partnership? To celebrate it properly, for starters? Right. And who are you in that partnership with? I believe you met him, the blonde guy with the puppy eyes. Right. Glad you remember that. Because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married. And the strangers who put wedding pictures online. This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it in trainers, at a fast food joint, if that's what you like. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours. I still want a pretty outfit and decent food. Thank goodness for that. But, point well taken. It's just, my family might have certain expectations. Did they openly say that? Nope. Then maybe they do. Or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got? Not saying to disinvite everyone or to fight with them or anything, but you shouldn't put their needs above your own. I really shouldn't, should I? You've given me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde. My pleasure. Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice. Maybe you should become a therapist. I don't see him as the therapist type. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Yeah, no one said anything. I did say I might become a couples counselor, but I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that. Looking to change careers then? He's bored of modeling. Finds it too impermanent, wants to leave a mark, wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary. Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you can make modeling fun again? I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago. What happened then? I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer. She wanted to take her own pictures. Got a studio, logged the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup, then whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like that since the 60s. My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that? Yep, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light, and also because it was a slower experience. Something that would allow us to connect more. At first I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual posing, switching, posing some more. Something felt different, then I realized what it was. Most of the time we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that. Is that unusual? Yep. Most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing and that she was wasting her money. We had a great time, we got friendly, I guess. Because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her. Then she suggested I come with her to her darkroom, watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out. Did always have a fondness for dark places, didn't you? Comes with the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know, a me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck with me the most. It's the care she put into processing each frame, working each picture through the chemical baths, Hanging them, drying them, it was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait, when she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera, and it was the first time she really liked a portrait someone took of her. I'm in a weird place these days. It's not like me to tell these kind of tales, or to launch into soppy monologues, really. Just forget it. No, I think it's a beautiful story. Gives me an idea, I think, of another career for you. Please sure you'd be doing us both solid. Go on then. Maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently. But apparently, film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's what you said, it captures the light beautifully. It's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that? With me? No, the other vampire who's looking for a new line of work. I think you've got the wrong guy here. I know I'm distinguishedly sentimental these days, or disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month. No, let's forget about it then. No, don't forget about it at all. It would be perfect for you, come on. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental, and you love to chat people up. You solve all the bridesmaids drama and offend the parents. But most importantly, you do something for these people they'll never forget. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is. You're assuming they won't get divorced. I don't know if this is the right topic. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life. That career in the mafia is really looking up. You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep in my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay? Yeah, alright. That's my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Thanks again, Hyde, and good luck. I hope your next adventure is a good one. It will be. Good night, Lou. See y'all later. Oh. Hyde sticking around. You got more to say? Here we go again. Last one sip. Proper night owls indeed. Didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right? It's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. It sounds like you enjoy the whole film photography experience, and you do like being around people, don't you? I do sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. People get married, they think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever, says the immortal. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way, and then next thing you know, I don't want it to sound too depressing. So you don't believe in love? Of course I do, but only a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone to enjoy their company. You can do that for years with friends, family, lovers. But at the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person, and they're still them. There's no two souls becoming one, not really. I'd know. The one time I tried, it didn't really work out. But do you regret trying? No. I guess I don't. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me the space to build other relationships that work much better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, even for the most of them, it won't pan out. There's something beautiful there. Like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame, or a flower bloom like it will never wilt. Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. On that day, for that minute when I said we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating. And something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one. I'm too tired to fight your logic, which means it's time for me to head back. Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say, I appreciate our one-to-one chats. I hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here. Oh, it's plenty comfortable for sure. Besides, well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness Gala is far from a long-living species. But even then, he'll grow old before I do eventually. The world will change 100 times, technologies will die out, new technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now in a century, maybe two. And Lua and Gala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me. But you will, am I right? That's very perceptive of you. You've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair I get to know you a little in return. I suppose it's true. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that, to continuing our story. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me. Well, thank you for your trust. I'll make sure it's not misplaced. I know you will. And on that note, I should be really go and complain at Gal some more. Gotta find your entertainment where you can. Well, take care of yourself, friend. And you as well. But the world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde. But some of us will. Okay. We're just a couple minutes shy of the 2-hour mark, but I am going to call stream there. My throat's getting quite strained. Gonna go get some honey tea myself and make some lunch. But I do appreciate y'all popping in, hanging out in the chat, lurking, checking out the VOD after the fact. It means a lot. I appreciate you spending any amount of time of your day here with me. We do have a Twitter and a Discord if that's your thing. Feel free to join and follow. No pressure though. And I'll be back tomorrow with Ghostwire Wednesday. Let's see. We got anyone to raid? Let's see if there's anyone to raid. Do stick around for the raid. Copy and paste the raid message in the channel when we get there. To just give a little love. You get some channel points for doing so. And you can then use to pester me with. And I'll see y'all in the next one.